At the beginning of this year, Dustin Johnson was gaming the brand new Taylormade M5. But last week, he ditched the M5 and gamed the brand new Taylormade M6, citing more forgiveness. Does that make the Taylormade M5 redundant? Let's find out, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel, and second of all, make sure you consider hitting that subscribe button. On this channel I bring you guys daily golf related content that helps you raise your game, lower your handicap, and just hopefully enjoy your golf that little bit more. Today's video is all about one man, this man. Dustin Johnson. What an athlete this man is. But it's also about two things. These drivers. Now, 2019 has seen a surge in driver releases. Everyone seems to have brought a driver out, don't they? And they all seem to be pretty darn good. And you're probably thinking, James, you've already reviewed these clubs, you've already tested them. But this is different. This is a DJ style test. I'm going to hit these clubs as hard and long as I physically can, and we're going to test the forgiveness of them both. The point being, if the Taylormade M5 isn't forgiving enough for Dustin Johnson, and he feels like he would be better suited moving into the Taylormade M6, and let's just put one thing straight, he went on to win that week as well, is it forgiving enough for anyone? DJ is one of the best golfers in the world, one of the best drivers of the golf ball in the world. And I've been gaming this, I've had this in the bag. I haven't done a what's in the bag yet this year because everything's at 6s and 7s a little bit. However, would I be better off using this? Would everyone be better off using this? Has DJ's claims that the Taylormade M5 isn't forgiving enough for him and moving into the cheaper Taylormade M6 rendered the M5 pretty pointless? Let's find out. So guys, for this test I'm going to hit 10, yes 10 drives with each driver. I'm going to hit them as hard as I can, I'm going to see how far I can get them to go, but also how forgiving each head is going to be. Obviously on the Taylormade M6 we have the inertia generator where the weight is pressed back in the head to improve MOI and improve overall forgiveness. In the Taylormade M5 we have the movable weight structure in the head. That means that you can change spin rates, you can change CG, you can pretty much change everything on the M5, can't you? I'm using them both in a 9-degree setting. I'm using the Project X Hazardous 6.0 shaft. Just one more thing. I'm going to be a bit warm hitting 20 shots, aren't I? That's better. So guys, we're going to hit Taylormade M6 first. I'm a fan of these clubs, I must say. I have been gaming the M5 and I've been very much enjoying it. But from a personal point of view, I'm really interested to see, will the forgiveness of the M6 suit me better? Yes, I have tested these clubs before, but not a full-out DJ style swing. I can't swing it like DJ, but I'm going to give it a good go. M6. That felt great. That's Tony the Tiger. Now one thing is really evident with both Taylormade M5 and M6, they sound phenomenal. To be honest, they sound, for me, better than anything that's on the market at the moment. They just sound really, really good. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with dispersion with these clubs. I'm really going after these. Just trying to get maximum out of them. Anyone at home that wants to shout mashed potatoes or anything random like that, you are probably based in the States, but feel free, I'm not going to. Oh, that's bad, that's wet. Ice. Oh my gosh. Woo. So also guys, make sure you hit those comments below. Which one would you be gaming and why? M5, M6? Do you feel like you need that adjustability in the head, or do you feel like the M6 with the weight set back, inertia generating, would do the job for you? Okay guys, last shot with the Taylormade M6, then we're going to put the M5 head in the hazardous smoke shaft, and we're going to do the same again. There's nothing like hitting drives as hard as you possibly can, is there? That is as good as I've got, realistically. So guys, that is 10 shots hit with the Taylormade M6. I've hit some pretty good ones in there, I've got to say. Also hit a couple of bad ones, which is exactly what we wanted for this test, isn't it? Because we are ultimately testing forgiveness of the two heads. Let's pop the Taylormade M5 head in the hazardous smoke 6.0 shaft. Let's hit 10 shots with it. Then let's take a look at not only the numbers, not only the distance, but are there going to be red arrows? Is it going to be that dispersion? Am I going to miss more fairways with the Taylormade M5? Can I just note as well, guys, DJ finished tied 16th in Abu Dhabi on 9 under par. So he didn't kind of do bad, did he, with the M5? But when he put the M6 in the bag, he was lifting a trophy at the end of the week. So guys, Taylormade M5, same hazardous smoke shaft, same settings. I've got the weight settings on standard because I'm not good enough to game them forward and I never hit fairways with it that way. Let's see just how much difference you get for your money. Remember, this is a much more expensive product, so you would hope you're going to see more performance from it. Which makes it real strange for me to see the tour players use the M6. Or is it a bit of kind of backward marketing, or the M6 is just as good as the M5 yet it's cheaper because the tour players use it, so you should go and buy an M6. In which case, what is this for? That's what it's for. But in fairness, that's no better than some of the shots I hit with the M6. See, now that's real interesting. That again is as good as I've got. For left! Nowhere near the fairway. So guys, is there a point in this M5? Comment below, is there a point to it? Is it something you just have to get fitted for? Again, I've not been fitted for any Taylormade products this year, so I don't really know what my best kind of setting is with all the weights and things like that, but I don't know, does everybody get fit for drivers? Yeah, we should do, shouldn't we? I must admit guys, I've sort of lost track now with numbers and dispersions and things like that. I know I had a couple of low left ones with the M6, but I'm really looking forward to looking at these numbers and seeing which one is actually going to suit my game a lot more. I could well be gaming whichever one wins this test, to be fair. I'm going to put it out there. That one was shot of the day. Okay, last shot with both clubs. Whew. It's been a while since I've hit 20 drivers in a row that hard. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is 10 shots hit with the Taylormade M6, 10 shots hit with the Taylormade M5. Both with the same shaft in. Which one is more forgiving? Remember, this test isn't just about distance. I'm trying to work out why Dustin Johnson ditched the M5 for the M6 and went on to win that week. Would he have won that week if he gamed the M5? Do you think there's a massive difference in these two heads? Is the M5 pointless? That's the name of the video. I think the M5 is something you'd have to be fitted in for, isn't it? Surely. With all that adjustment, who can guess that standard is going to suit them? Anyway, on that point, let's take a look at not only the numbers, but how many fairways I've missed. So guys, before we start talking numbers, let's take a look at the dispersion. So M5 dispersion, you can see I've got all kind of right to left draws, pulls, that kind of shot. When I do go after drives, that is the kind of shape I like to hit. I like to see it moving right to left. If we have a look at the M6, first of all, there's a couple down there which, I mean, I felt like I put fairly consistent swings on all of these, but obviously they weren't too they weren't very good. Let's take a look at the numbers. So numbers for the Taylormade M5, all pretty good. I'm not going to lie guys, I really enjoyed hitting both these clubs and I always do, so the numbers are going to be there or thereabouts. Average distance, 281 total. Not bad, not the furthest I've had all year by any stretch, but on average over 10 shots. That is pretty impressive to be fair. Let's take a look at all the numbers. So club speed averaging at 112, we'll call that. Ball speed 163, which is pretty good to be fair. Spin rate 2.7, that's pretty optimum. We could knock that down a little bit by moving the weights. That's the beauty that you have with the M5, isn't it? However, would that alter dispersion even more? Quite possibly. Peak height in feet, all around kind of 160-ish, depending on the strike. Averaging at 158.9, so averaging 159 feet. What about the numbers for the M6? So 281 to beat total distance. Go over here and again, enjoyed it very much. Couple of good swings, couple of bad swings. Average 275 with the M6. So for that extra money, I've gained 6 yards. And remember, this is 10 shots with each. This isn't like other tests that I do, which to be honest, I'm not amazingly happy with when I only hit 3 or 5 shots. This is a lot of golf shots. Ball speed, club head speed down. That would kind of maybe say that I've not hit it as good. And ball speed slightly down as well. Spin slightly down, which is interesting because you'd think a lower spin would obviously get me more distance, but it hasn't done. And that peak height, averaging with the M6, a lot lower at 147, even though with the first two I hit them really, really high. Now, that's great. We know the M5 goes further for me, but this isn't what this test is about. This test is about this here. What is happening with the grouping? The M5 is quite aptly the blood orange red, and the M6 is the blue. Looking at this here, would you say I've hit more fairways with the blue there? That's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, you've got to say lateral grouping. If we turn the camera this way, lateral grouping, the M6 takes it all day long. These 2 low shots that I hit have obviously brought them back. Is there a huge difference? Would you say there is a massive difference in those for the extra money that you are paying on the M5? Let's discuss. So, how much difference is there between the Taylormade M5 and M6? Can I see why DJ put the M6 into play? Obviously, you've got to say it was the right decision because he won that week. But for me, there is a bit of a difference. Obviously, 6 yards is 6 yards. I'm not going to say that I saw a massive difference in feel or in sound or in anything. But over 10 shots, 6 yards is 6 yards. So I've got to say that the M5 did work better for me. Dispersion-wise, as you can see behind me again, there's really not a massive, huge difference. The inertia generator, has it kind of rescued me? I put good swings on both these shots. I put bad swings on both these shots. I didn't see the inertia generator do a hell of a lot for me. However, with my other hat on, the M6 is a lot cheaper than the M5, and there was only 6 yard difference, and forgiveness wise, there was not really a huge difference at all. So, is the M5 pointless? That's a tough one, isn't it? For me, I can't really say it is pointless because this bad boy is looking like going in my bag. I've got to put it head to head with a couple of other drivers that I've not yet tried. But as it stands with things I've tried, I'm very much enjoying this. I hit it very well when I played at Jumeirah with Mikey. If you've not seen the kind of 3-hole vlog that we did there for the final 3 holes on the Earth course at Jumeirah, make sure you go check that out. I absolutely ripped this club all day there, to be fair. It was about the only thing I did rip. However, if you are wanting to move into a 2019 Taylormade driver in the M5 or M6 range, this is pretty good. The M6 is pretty good. I would recommend that you go and get fitted. I'd recommend you go and get fitted where you can try all the different options, head, shafts, anything like that. Is it redundant? No, I don't think it is. I think you do get a little bit more from it, and I also think that I could maybe squeeze a little bit more out of the Taylormade M5 if I went for a proper fitting and got the adjustments all right, and maybe even tried a few different shafts. Guys, I'm James Robinson. I'm here at Huddersfield Golf Club. I do hope you've enjoyed that. It was supposed to be a 2-minute Tuesday, but yeah, it's kind of a lot more than 2-minute Tuesday, isn't it? If you're new to the channel, make sure you just hit that subscribe button below. Put the thumbs up if you enjoy the content, and comment below, what's DJ going to use next? Will he go back into the M5 or will he stay M6? See you soon.